It's a perfect example of how, as you get older, one of two things happens. Either you make an effort to be nicer, or you just become a complete asshole. And I'm standing here. I'm inches away from these here in front of me, inches. And I'm looking down at this box, trying to figure out what I need. This guy comes up and reaches right in front of my freaking face. Grabs this without saying excuse me. Not a damn word. I stopped and looked at him, and he looked at me like, what? What? I'm old. I can do whatever I want because I'm old. Yeah, they're everywhere. Yeah, I'm outside now. I know nothing about electricity, just so you know. So if you don't see me again, my attempt to rewire my whole box failed. And you single fellas out there, if this happens, my wife is going to be a wealthy gal, just saying. Anyway, I'm still going over in my head. I guess that's another thing that happens when you get older. You sure do think a lot more. You think back on. I don't say you dwell on your past, but you have a lot more past and memories and things you said or did that maybe you wished you'd done differently, or maybe you're surprised. Oh, damn it. Yeah, I wasn't gonna film this. This is terrible. Horse. This is a horse getting picked up by a track hoe. Go around, you dumb son of a gun. There's no cop there. There's no reason to stop. Yeah, I'm not going to show it. It's terrible. A horse got run into, and they had to pick it up with a track hoe and put it in a dump truck. And somebody's horses got out and got run over, and who knows if maybe people died too. Anyway, you have a lot more life to look back over. And another cop, I'll tell you, this road, if you don't do the speed limit here, they will get you. And think about things you said or did, or behavior that you've changed, and you notice things that people do that you just have to scratch your head and wonder, do you truly in your heart think it's okay to do that to people? Like the fella reaching right in front of my face without an excuse me. The words excuse me. Those are like magic words. Instantly, things that might piss somebody off, don't piss them off. And I'm, part of this I blame on the medication people are on. It kind of dumbs them down, some of the medication, and it pushes the feelings of right and wrong and appropriate or inappropriate or acceptable or not acceptable. It pushes those feelings back. Along with perhaps depression. I'm not saying that everybody on all medications are like this. I'm just saying that there's a lot of medication out there that suppresses people's bad emotions, but it also suppresses the feelings and thoughts, the good things that help a polite society revolve. And the simple words like excuse me, or holding a door for somebody that's entering behind you instead of letting it slam in their face. Some people are just jerks, and that's all there is to it. But I believe there's some people out there that medication has masked their understanding, shielded their understanding of, what's appropriate, what's the right thing to do, and how to treat people. And this old man, he was just an asshole. That's all it was. He didn't care that he was being offensive and, crossed the line of putting your hands in front of somebody's face just inches away and not saying excuse me or pardon me or anything. Hey, let me get that there. Let me get that switch there right in front of you if you don't mind. I mean, I say excuse me when people are in my way. I say excuse me politely, not excuse me. Oh, believe me, excuse me, you can use excuse me in a lot of different ways, but you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'll shut up. Just more of BC's Deep Thoughts, driving back from Home Depot once again. And I don't like Home Depot, but Lowe's is too far away. Anyway, I'm going home. I'm going to have a good look at the box that's there. And like I say, if you don't see another video from me, that would be the explanation. Well, I finally understand this somewhat. And what I bought was completely wrong. What I bought is basically what I have. And I didn't buy the right breakers for this. So let me point to you what I have. I have 50 amps coming in. That's this big wire here. I have 50 amps coming into my box. Now this box is set up for 220. Normally a box that has 220 coming into it would have 3 wires, 3 of these big wires coming in, and one would be attached here. So this is why only one side of my double fuses had a wire in them, because only one side was hot, which would be, okay, on this breaker, there's 2 sides that are hot, which is great. On this breaker, there's only one side that's hot, and that would be this side, because this wire here is the only one that's connected to these terminals. This wire that should be here, that provides 220, is providing power to these bottom 3 terminals. So I get it now. Now I get it. See, I am not an electrical guy. I am not an electricologist. But I finally understand this, and everything I bought was wrong. So here's what I'm going to do. This wire, this one here, this is the only one, this runs the lights on the garage door opener, no big deal. This breaker will have 2 hot sides, so and it's a 40 amp breaker, so I'm going to put my outlets, both legs of my outlets, on this 40 amp breaker for now. I will go, when I take everything back, I will get 20 amp breakers, double breakers. But I know this, I know that my breakers are 40 amps and my receptacles are 20 amp, so I will not be running anything that will be pulling in excess of 20 amps for sure. Even my welder only pulls about 15 amps after initial startup. So I'm okay. This is going to be all right. I'm not going to be using a whole lot of electricity out here. Like I say, nothing that I use pulls more than 20 amps on initial startup, even on my heavy grinders and stuff like that. So I'll be all right. And I will eventually replace these 40s with 20s. And that's going to give me more than enough juice, because my lights are going to be on a separate circuit. That's this one. My lights will be on a separate circuit. That'll be this one. And my outlets will be on this circuit. And I won't have more than one thing running. That's all there is to it. Alrighty, let me get to wiring this up. I'm gonna, this switch behind me, right there. That's a plug and a switch, and I'm gonna separate the two. And I've got some stuff to do that. Well, here's the box that feeds my shop. Okay, this used to be a trailer, and there is 220 coming into the box, and this is my wire going out from here to my shop, and it's only 110. So down the road, if I wanted to run 220 to my shop, I could. I just have to put a new, wire, the wire that comes out. There's 220 going in this box, Pat. Yeah. So there's plenty of juice. Plenty of juice if I want it. Well, my friends and YouTube family, this is it. I have electricity, I have all the electricity I'm going to need. I have a new switch up here for my lights. I use the old box. I tell you, here's the thing. This power comes from the box that I've showed you. The clip ahead of this, or a couple of clips ahead of this. And that power comes from the main box behind the trailer. Well, guess what? That main box is connected, the wire that goes out to the box outside and then to here is only connected to a 30 amp fuse. So, it appears that I only have 30 amps in here, which maybe. No, that can't be, because that's a 220 line. Huh. Maybe it is so. I don't know. I tell you the truth. There was a trailer there, and that's what it ran off of, was that little box. It was a very small trailer, and it was 220 run to that box. So maybe it was just a 30 amp power line. Maybe so. But whatever. I'm okay with the electricity. My outlets are all working. I'm not going to do another thing in here. Well, I'm going to paint that and paint those shelves in the corner, and then put my stuff on the shelves. But when I feel like it. Right now, my wife and I are kind of in the middle of cutting some trees up. That since it's the perfect weather, it's not hot, it's not cold, and we're both feeling pretty good. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you okay? I didn't hurt you, did I? There's my boy. We're both feeling pretty good. We don't know how long this will last, so we're doing as much as we can till we both start getting sick again, because it just seems like a hill and valley kind of thing. We're going to go in a minute. Yeah, I know you're hungry. It's been a long day. Okay, well, I'm going to finish sharpening that chain and call it a day. And I'm going to upload all the clips I have. I can't even remember, so the clips that you saw in this video are over the course of a couple, 3 days. And some of them are just me driving down the road thinking. So, I just include the clips just in case you get tired of me showing. See this dog? I don't even realize when I pick him up. I pick him up in my lap so often that I don't even realize I'm doing it. Anyway, have a good one, y'all. I've enjoyed. I really dreaded doing this, and I'm glad I got it started, because once I got started, it wasn't as insurmountable a task as I thought it was going to be. All right, let me get to sharpening that chain and call it a day. See ya. Too much. That's it. I wouldn't put any more on it. Yep. There we go. All right. Yep.